Okay, so I'm Trish at Robinson Sewing Vac, and today we're going to look at an EMP6. We're going to look at the threading, bringing a design in, just basics on the machine to kind of help you out to learn a product that has been around for a while, but that's tried and true flagship of the company. So here we go. When you turn the machine on, you'll get this screen. It tells you a couple of things. The carriage will move. Keep your hands away from the carriage. This is the carriage, okay? It carries the hoop, so it's a good way to remember that. When I hit OK, it's going to do just that. The head of the machine actually moved to needle 1 position and the carriage set itself. It asks me if I want to continue the previous job. I do not, so I hit cancel. It's a nice feature, by the way. I'm going to select a design out of this category. Over here you have the representation at your screen that shows you where your hoop is and everything, how the design looks in the hoop, what hoops you can use for that design. I'm going to go to page 4. And I'm going to select this design right here, which is actually a method of testing the tensions on the machine. Once I've selected that, I hit set. This is working. It sets the machine, it sets the design, I mean. Now it shows me up here that all 4 of my hoops would fit this design, okay? That gives me the option to choose from those 4. I'm going to edit end. I'm going to go to sewing. And now it tells me I can change the threads and click the start button. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This machine is set up for Robinson Anton color numbers. I'm actually going to go in and change that here in a little bit. Can't do it while you're in a design, so actually I'm going to cancel out of that. I'm going to go into my settings and go through the pages until I find the one I want. Okay. I want, hang on a second here. Name of color, okay? So now it's going to come up with just a generic color name, so you don't have to match your threads. Back in the day, it was really important to people to match their threads. We don't do that so much today. So now when I go to sewing, it comes up and says Prussian blue, red, blue, teal green, cornflower blue, and reddish brown. Good enough, okay? So if I want to thread a needle, I choose that needle over here. You have to have a design on the screen, and you have to be to this portion before you can thread your needle on the EMP6, just the way it is, okay? So I have tied on thread colors up here, and I'm getting ready to pull through. This thread I just changed out. You can see it was a tan color, and I've tied on purple to the end of it, or I'm getting ready to. So to do that, I'm going to take those 2 threads. I'm going to sit this down here. Hopefully it'll stand up to where you can see it. I'm going to take these 2 colors, take the ends of them, wrap them around my fingers. Here, you can see it. I'm just going to wrap it around and pull it through, just like that. So the 2 ends back through themselves, just like that, okay? Makes a secure knot. So those 2 ends are tied together now. I'm gonna come back around here. If you follow that, it goes from here to here to here, down to this guide, through that little tube, under this clip, completely around your tension, follows the thread guides down, comes down, under this, goes back up to your take-up arm, and then back down through this hole. Well, once those are threaded, you can just grab the tail above the eye and pull that thread through. You can see that knot going up over there. And that knot is going to come through all of those things we just talked about until you get all the way down to here. Once you see the knot come through, you can tell it which needle you want to thread. That's needle number 6 by touching the 6 on the screen, and it moves the head to needle 6 position. Then you touch your needle threader. The needle threader engages, okay? You're going to hook that thread from the right side, see it, to the left blade on the foot, okay? So the right side of the needle threader, right there, to the left blade that's actually on the foot of the machine, and you pull it up under there. Then you come up here to number 6. Oops. You wrap it over, and it cuts off, just like that. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, because when I go back and touch the needle threader button, this is what's going to happen. How cool is that? So let's do it one more time. I'm going to pull this down. Needle threader engages with the button over there on the screen. Hook it from the right side of the threader, right there, like that, and into the left side of that blade. Come up, cut it off, press the needle threader button on the unit, and the wiper comes down and grabs the thread and tucks it in. And that's all there is to threading. Tie on, pull through. If you have to thread from scratch, that's okay, we can do that too, but really it's not hard. Okay, now let's talk about loading these bobbins. This is a MagnaGlide bobbin from Philtech. You notice it has a teal colored center. The back side has a magnet on it. See the magnet? This is your bobbin case, all right? It has a hole at the top. This is what it's going to look like when you pull it out of the machine. You're going to open that flap to pull it out, okay? But to load it, you're actually going to turn this bobbin case around. You're going to take the bobbin with the magnetic side and put it into the case. Magnet goes into the case, just like that. What that allows you to do is load your thread into that side slot, pull it backwards. Tension should always run backwards and make a U-turn, okay? Thread always goes backwards into the tension, and then pull it under the spring. All right, one more time. I can get him out, that magnet's strong. Magnet into the case, like that, into the slot, like so. Oops, caught. Into the slot, like so, backwards under the spring until it clips into the hole. See that hole right there? Okay, and that's the way you load it. Just like that, it should pull backwards. You should see that bobbin rotating clockwise because the tension is making it go that direction. Okay, loading the bobbin case into the machine. Many of you have been taught to open that little flap and put it in like that. I'm going to try and break you of that habit. Have your thread come off the left side, just like that. This is your picker spring. You don't want to damage that, so you're going to go underneath it. The hole goes up, find your spindle, center it, and push in. You're going to see that little notch right there. See the part of the bobbin case goes in that notch, and then push until you hear it click into position. If you will do that, use the spring to take it out, but if you'll put it on the spindle and push until you hear it click into position, you'll never get that nasty bird's nest where your bobbin case fell out and hooked up behind it, okay? And then just, if you've got extra thread tail, just let it hang right there, and then take a pair of scissors and cut it. Just like that, okay? I want to lay the hoop on the arm. See how I have that laying on there, just nice and easy? And then over here, I'm going to pop this underneath this spring, just like that. Same thing on this side. I'm going to take it and put it underneath that spring and push it back. This is kind of hard to do one-handed, guys. Like that. And then you're going to go forward until they clip into position. This one has a single hole. This one has a slot, so it's easier to line up. Okay, once that's in position, I can go up here to my screen and I can touch the lock button and I can hit the flashing green light to start the machine, and it's going to go do its business, just like that. It starts out slow, speeds up as it goes. Right now somebody's got this one set at 600 RPM. There's nothing wrong with letting it run at full speed, just 1,000 RPM. And off it goes to the races. When it's done with the color, you're going to see it tie in place, cut, and pull the thread, and move to the next needle. Notice it skipped a needle because of the way we have it set up on the screen. 3, 4, 5, 2, 6 are the way the needles are going to pick up the thread. Pretty awesome. So that is your EMP6 in a nutshell. She's back there running still. I'm excited for you to play with her, learn about her. Any questions you have, just give us a call, send us a message, and we'll get back to you as quick as we can.